Fast forward 20 minutes again, and then I got this email saying that my account had been permanently suspended. So it's been about a week now since we actually did the video talking about how eBay have banned my account for life. Over the past week, eBay have actually reached out to me themselves, and I've got plenty of updates to share with you guys. So I don't want to make this intro any longer than it needs to be. Sit back, relax, let's go ahead and dive straight into this video. So for anyone who didn't actually watch the original video that I posted about eBay banning my account, I'm just going to give you guys a quick brief overview. I will also leave the full video in the link above if you do want to go ahead and check it out either before this one. I'd highly recommend you do, so at least that way you can understand what's kind of led to this video. But if you can't be bothered doing that, I completely understand. So just as a quick brief overview, I basically set up to become a seller using the eBay platform, and within the space of 25 minutes, my account was permanently banned forever, basically. I then contacted eBay and asked them to explain why they had permanently suspended the account. They refused to tell me, they refused to work with me, and that was pretty much that. I then decided I wanted to make a video on it to share my experience, and thanks to an incredible amount of support from you guys, we actually are able to sit here right now and give you a pretty decent update. Now, I do feel like it's quite important to actually give you a detailed timeline. So to start from the very beginning, the first video about eBay went live at 5 PM. Now, within the space of half an hour, there was quite a bit of interest. I wasn't too surprised by that, to be honest, considering the topic. And within that little period of time, people were contacting me on messages, on Instagram, on YouTube, and all the other platforms you can think of, reaching out and kind of wanting to know a little bit more about the experience and how this video even came about. After I'd spoke to quite a lot of you guys, I then started to see a lot of people sharing it on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram stories, and I think like that actually played the biggest part in us being able to do this update for you guys right now. All of the traction surrounding the video, although it still doesn't have a crazy amount of views, the amount of times I saw people tagging the stories, tagging eBay and eBay Sneakers and eBay UK, basically telling them to fix the situation. I will share a couple now just so you can kind of see all the support. I didn't want to be sharing people's personal Facebooks or personal Twitter accounts or even personal Instagram accounts to a certain extent. So I picked accounts that are quite public and are on YouTube just because of the fact that the people that, you know, are on YouTube are, I assume, happy for me to do that. So all of the support was definitely appreciated, and I was absolutely made up with the response to the video. Fast forward a couple of hours, I then went to do my regular weekly podcast with the SWO guys. Shout out to them. And at some point during the podcast, eBay Sneakers themselves on Instagram actually messaged me. Now, I didn't see it during the podcast for obvious reasons. It went into the message requests. But when the podcast had finished, I then responded with all the information that they basically had asked me for. Then after that, they pretty much responded to me more or less straight away, letting me know that they was going to send it over to the team to take a look at and basically come back to me with an update. In a very, very small amount of time, maybe half an hour at the very latest, I then got this email to say that my account had been reinstated. I honestly didn't expect it, to be completely honest, and even now, I honestly still can't believe that that was the response of how quickly they managed to sort it out, considering I'd spent hours previously trying to fix it myself, and they just weren't prepared to work with me whatsoever. So I kind of had mixed feelings. I was buzzing that me and my community and this amazing community we're building together actually came together and we got the situation sorted rapidly quick. But at the same time, it just made me feel a certain kind of way, which I'll get onto in a little bit. I then got another email that basically said that I needed to update my personal contact information or I could be suspended again. I still don't know why I was suspended in the first place. Again, it just made me feel a certain kind of way because you obviously have my up-to-date account information because I'd only just purchased off the platform. So you had my name, my address, my contact number, my email address, and everything else that you would normally need. What else do you possibly need? And to say I'd be suspended again when you haven't told me why I was suspended in the first place makes little to no sense, and again kind of sums up how I'm feeling about them as a platform. So I pretty much just went on my account. Everything was back to how it should be. I then got another email about micropayments and that my account information had been set up in terms of payment information. I then got another email to say that the micropayments hadn't been accepted and I needed to update my payment details. Why? And then another couple of days passed. I then got another email from somebody on their authentication team who basically was just making reference to the fact that the Jordan 5 listing had been taken off because I'd been suspended, which of course I already knew about. And he basically was promoting me going back and trying to sell it through the platform again. I'd already sold that pair of shoes to a buyer on Depop, so shout out to the buyer who bought them. I hope you're enjoying them. I then actually got another email from them asking me to rate their customer service. I completely ignored that because I don't think they would appreciate what I'd have to say, to be completely honest. And then after that, it was pretty much just, that's that. My account's reinstated and everything's absolutely fine. That pretty much is it in terms of the update. You know, the fact is, we managed to get our account reinstated, but it did make me feel a certain kind of way that, imagine I didn't make that video, my account would still be permanently suspended. So even though my community, and our community, as I'd rather say, is still quite small, we're still evolving, we're still growing, and we're still building up our building blocks to become, hopefully, a really big YouTube channel and a really big community in general. What about the people that don't have a YouTube channel and don't have a big Instagram following and don't have people to share this on their behalf? What about those people? How can they resolve that issue? That was one of the first things that really occurred to me, and something that I really just was very conflicting. And even now, that's one of the things that's clouding whether or not I'll even use eBay again, because for everybody else, it's just a completely different situation and it just wouldn't have been fixed. Whilst I appreciate absolutely all the support from you guys, we also got to think of the bigger picture and think about everybody as a whole. And I think the overall customer service from eBay is awful. It is some of the worst I've ever experienced. The buying aspect definitely was a really good experience, but again, just to reiterate, the selling aspect is straight dog. But with that, I would honestly love to get your guys' opinion, because that pretty much sums up the overall, update. There's nothing really anything else to say. I'd love to get your opinion on how this whole situation was handled. How do you think eBay did? Could they have handled it any better? And do you think that maybe the video was a bit too preemptive? Let me know all of your thoughts, no matter whether it's positive or negative. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section down below. And if you have stuck around to this point in the video, I just want to say a huge thank you. If you haven't already, please feel free to smash that subscribe button. Also, do make sure the bell notification is switched on so you never miss a video. And I hope to see you all again in the next one.